Tesla makes a boatload of money from regulatory credits. In other words, car companies that pollute have to pay Tesla in order to get credits from Tesla rather than paying huge fines. Now, in the past, critics of Tesla said that was the only way Tesla could make a profit. Well, of course, now things have changed. Tesla does make a profit from its electric cars. In fact, some of the highest in the industry. So the question is, will Tesla continue to make boatloads of money from regulatory credits? Or will those dry up? Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. You are watching The Electric Viking. My name is Sam Evans. Awesome to see so many new subscribers lately. Welcome on board to all of you, and welcome back to everyone else. Really good to see all of you as well. Now, as you can see, we are pumping out more videos per day, and that's going to continue to increase over the next year because there is so much going on in the electric car industry, in the battery industry, in this whole global automotive industry, which entails so many different things. And realistically, if you're not up to date on what's going on and you don't actually cover all those different areas, then you could miss out on some opportunities or have some pretty kind of skewed perspectives. As you know, if you've been watching this channel, I've shared a lot of different articles from the mainstream media over the last 6 months, showing you that they have no idea what they are talking about. So if you're reading some sort of local financial news or global financial news, yeah, just stop. It's a waste of time. So the question is, will regulatory credits continue to bolster Tesla's profits going forward? Well, Forbes thinks that they know the answer. Do they? Well, Forbes says regulatory credits have been a controversial topic for Tesla investors in the past. These credit sales, which are almost pure profit, no, they are pure profit, have been a key driver of Tesla's margins over the years, and the company in the past largely relied on these credits to post operating profits in multiple quarters in 2019 and 2020. All true, they did rely on these profits, these credits, to post profitable quarters. But what I've been saying for years to critics is that Tesla knew this was an opportunity they could take advantage of. They knew the market was there. They knew they had to scale up to get to massive scale to be able to make a profit. And so they played that game perfectly. I don't see why that's a negative. Now, I believe it is simply another reason to consider investing in Tesla. Now, while credit sales have been quite volatile, which is true, there have been quarters where credit sales have alone topped $500 million US. Will that continue? Well, I think it will. And I'll tell you why in a second. But Forbes says that those credits bolstered Tesla's gross margins by as much as 6%. That said, with Tesla's vehicle deliveries ramping up incredibly well and economies of scale kicking in, Tesla now appears to be solidly profitable, even without those credit sales. In fact, as I've mentioned many times on this channel, Tesla's gross margins on its vehicles are industry leading, 30%. Industry average is 8 to 10%. That's why the head of Volkswagen, Herbert Diess, says our number one competitor is not BMW, it's not Ford, it's not General Motors, it's not Toyota, it's not any of those companies, it's Tesla. Because they can manufacture cars in 10 hours when it takes Volkswagen more than 30 hours to make virtually the same car. Now, for perspective, for the first 3 quarters of 2021, it's estimated that pre-tax profits would have stood at over $2.5 billion, excluding tax credits for Tesla. This compares to 2020 when Tesla would have posted a pre-tax loss of $400 million, excluding credits. So, are regulatory credits likely to remain a driver of Tesla's profitability going forward? Well, Forbes says that governments are doubling down on regulation to decarbonize the automotive industry, given the urgent need to address climate change. All true. This could drive Tesla's credit sales in the next few years downwards, given that the company remains one of the leading EV players by volume. However, mainstream automakers are also doubling down on their EV programs, meaning that they could become less reliant on Tesla for credits. For example, Europe's Stellantis, which was once Tesla's largest customer for emissions credits, intends to sell more of its own zero-emission vehicles noting that it will likely meet its CO2 emissions targets in Europe for 2021 on its own. I made a video about Stellantis and what they recently said within the last few days. It doesn't sound very positive. I'm sorry, but their CEO just said that Stellantis cannot globally mass produce electric vehicles on the scale that the world wants, and it cannot make a profit from selling them at affordable prices. So things are not looking all that rosy for Stellantis. I'll put a link in the description below to the video that I made about what they said. It's quite concerning if you're an investor. Now, it's likely that Tesla will have to rely more on cost improvements, higher deliveries from its new factories, and software sales to drive its profit margins in the long run. So Forbes is suggesting that these credit sales are in danger within the next year of declining significantly, meaning that you should be very concerned. But should you? Well, I think Forbes is right. In the long run, eventually, yes, of course, their credit sales will dry up eventually, but will it happen soon? I don't think it will. Now, while Stellantis claim they are going to somehow make enough EVs to not have to buy credits from Tesla this year, which I find very doubtful, but maybe that's true. While they claim that, other automakers are taking their place. Now, one of those is Jaguar Land Rover, who intend to join Tesla's carbon pool for the 2021 financial year. Tesla's bottom line has been boosted to the tune of US $1.5 billion or Australian $2 billion in 2020 and US $1.2 billion or Australian $1.53 billion to date in Q3 2021, thanks to the credits. So although it did lose Fiat Chrysler as a pool customer after the European car group merged with Peugeot Group PSA to form Stellantis, thereby having more low emissions and emissions-free vehicles in its group, it gained others. Now, a document recently uncovered shows that Jaguar Land Rover will join Tesla's pool in the UK, in addition to other car makers such as Honda, who are part of the pool as well. So, as you can see from the figures I just told you, right, actually, Tesla will make probably a similar amount of money from credits this year. So regulatory credits don't appear to be slowing down for Tesla anytime soon. And realistically, while all these automakers have said, yeah, we're getting on board, we're doing this, we're doing that, the truth is not really happening all that soon, is it? Let's be honest. I mean, what are Ford saying? What are General Motors saying? What are all these companies saying? They're saying by 2030. Don't worry, we'll get there by 2030. So, yes, by 2030, Tesla's regulatory credits that they're getting will have dried up significantly. If not all of them, may be gone by then. But I think you'll be looking at billions of dollars still being made by Tesla over the next few years in regulatory credits before any of these automakers can significantly scale up electric vehicle sales. That's the reality. That's the planning phase we're in right now. Car manufacturers, legacy auto, right now, they're just not producing many electric cars worldwide. That's the facts. I've shown you in numerous videos the numbers of electric cars being made. I mean, look at the numbers of cars being made right now, right? More than 50% of all electric cars sold are in China. Who are they made by? Chinese car companies. So you can see the majority of the cars in the world right now are not made by legacy auto. They're electric. They're made by either Tesla, China, or Volkswagen. Everyone else are only making a very, very small, nearly insignificant number. And that's not going to change for at least a few years. So if you're a Tesla investor, don't worry, those credits won't dry up for a while yet. Thanks for watching the video. I appreciate your support. Awesome to see you. Look forward to seeing you again on the next one. Bye-bye.